Hello, 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 friends. So good to see you. It's been a week. Huh. Wow, time flies. So good to see you guys today. I hope that you are here and ready to work. I'm sorry for the slight delay getting started with our new improvements we made to the studio. Just had to get some things back in place and it took a little longer than expected. So thanks so much, guys, for joining me. We are working with one heavy weight today, and that's all you need. Pretty cool, right? So one heavy weight, that's all you're gonna need. Now, please keep in mind, and I was gonna put this in the post, but I didn't wanna make the post last forever, is that when I say one heavy weight, please always know, and when I say any, lightweight, medium weight, anything, but we'll talk heavy for this instance. When I say you need one heavy weight, please know I mean heavy for you. So that doesn't mean that if you've never ever worked out before, but you have a 25-pound weight, that's what you need to go grab. That is not what I mean. I mean heavy for you. Maybe heavy for you is 5 pounds. Maybe heavy for you is 10, 15, 20. It's all relative to your fitness level, your body size, your shape, your experience, your joints. You know, there's so much that goes into it. So when I say heavyweight, don't just go grab the heaviest thing off your shelf and hope for the best, right? So get what's heavy for you. So you just need one heavy weight today. Now I will say that we are doing some upper body, some lower body. So you might need more than one heavy weight. But I'm going to try, for purposes of always trying to keep as minimal equipment as possible for these videos, I'm going to try to get through my whole round with just one. So I've selected a 20 for myself. Again, that doesn't mean that's what you need, but I'm just going to start with that and see if I can get through the whole circuit with just the one weight. If not, I'll change it up. It's no big deal. So that's what you need, and then just something, yoga mat. I always say yoga mat or floor support because not everybody has a yoga mat. Or you might have kind of a crummy yoga mat and it's really not that good to protect your knees or protect your back and the floor. So whatever it is that makes you comfortable and cozy in the floor, that's what you're going to need today. So what we're going to be doing, in case I have any new viewers today, is a circuit style workout. It's going to use one heavy weight and we're going to do combination exercises. So what does that mean? While we're only using one heavy weight, we're going to be doing one exercise that combines multiple exercises into one, or works multiple muscle groups with one. So most of them are going to be combining 2 exercises, but there is at least 2 that are going to be one exercise but that works a whole bunch of muscle groups at the same time. So that's what I mean when I say one weight combos. So circuit, we're going to work in increments of 1 minute. So we're going to work for 1 minute, take a 20-second break, 1 minute, 20-second break. We've got 8 total exercises, so we'll do that 8 times, and then we'll take a longer break. I think it's about 1.5 minutes is what I have built in, and then we'll go through the circuit again. So we're going to go through that 4 times. If you're a beginner, the beauty part is that you have all sorts of ways to modify. You can skip a whole round if you need to, like do one whole round of 8, take a whole round off, come back and do another one. You can take a break that way. You can, instead of working out for 1 minute, you can work out for 30 seconds, 45 seconds. That totally works too. Or if you just get kind of blown up and you need to just take a moment and skip an exercise, you can do that too. I have a timer running. It's going to keep up with everything for you, so you do whatever you need to get through the workout. If you're a pro, push yourself, see what you can do. So, I think that covers it. Modify if you need it. I try my best to tell you modifications, but sometimes I do kind of get lost in the moment. If you have any working out live with me, leave me a comment. I'll be happy to address and help you modify. I'll check after the end of each circuit. Or if you're working out after the fact, you can always send me a message and say, hey Tracy, you talk about single leg deadlifts all the time. I'm just not getting it. Can you help me? Or lunges always hurt my knees. What do you think? So just always feel free to message me and I'll be happy to help you. So the last couple things I always ask, being of social media, is please like, share, subscribe, favorite, all of those things that move our post up into people's timelines so they see what we're doing here at Strong Style Fitness and know all of the great things that have resources that they have available to them, and they see the great work that you're doing. Anything that can get the word out about us is tremendous, and I would love to see more friends and faces working out with us here. And lastly, these classes are donation based. So if you are so inclined and are able to give, that is the only payment I receive for these classes. So it is greatly appreciated. Venmo at Strong Style Fit, no nets, is where you'll find me. You'll see that logo. You'll know it's me, and any donations you can send my way are greatly appreciated. All right, guys, so we're going to get started here in just a moment. One heavy weight is all you need, so I'm not going to go through a list of things to grab. We are going to start with kettlebell swings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my space heater off. I don't need it anymore. That's number one. I'm going to grab a drink of water. I'm going to check the video. I'm going to give you a quick coaching on kettlebell swings because it's important to get it right. Most of us do it wrong. So I'm going to quick coach you on that. The rest of the exercises I'll coach you through during our breaks, but this one I want to make sure we get started out right. So heater off, drink of water, check the video. I'll come back. Quick coach on kettlebell swings, and then we'll get started. All right. So kettlebell swings, I'm going to show you with no weight, so I can show you nice and slow. Again, I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time. I want us to get moving and grooving and through this circuit. So we're going to hold our weight. If you're using a weight, you're going to hold your weight like this, okay? You can also do this with a kettlebell. If you have a kettlebell, perfectly acceptable. But actually more what people use for these because they're called kettlebell swings. So, but we're going to use the one heavy weight. We're going to have it here. What tends to happen in the kettlebell swing is people get squatty with it. So they feel like to get the weight through their legs, they have to squat so their legs get wide so the weight can come through. So this happens a lot. That's not what we're looking for. Kettlebell swing is about the hips. So think more like deadlift. So we're going to swing back. We're not squatting. You see my knees are slightly bending but not squatting. We swing back by shifting our hips back. Pop our hips up. Hips back, pop our hips up. Hips back, pop our hips up. So that's what we're looking for. Hips come back, pop. Hips come back, pop. Okay? All right. I know that looks real silly to anybody just browsing by on their timeline. They're like, she has no weight. What is she doing with her butt? All right, guys. I'm going to lean in and hit the timer. The timer's going to start right away. So basically, once you hear me disappear out of the screen, it's time to get to work. All right? So we're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Hitting the timer. Perfect. All right, so kettlebell swings. We've got the weight here. And it does take a minute to warm up. Your first two are always going to be a little weird. Hips, pop. Hips back, pop, pop. Now you don't want to swing this weight. You're not looking to do this. Pop. You're just going about chest level. And I'm guilty too, because I'm convinced I need more space, of rolling my feet out to the side to try to make more room. Don't. You don't need it. Almost there. Woo. All right. Next, we've got a squat with an overhead press. A little breathy. You should be too. That's an intense cardio exercise. So we're going to squat, the weight to our chest. We're going to squat back, push overhead. So we have weight here. Back, push up. Good job, guys. You can hear all the Rice Krispies crackling in my knees. All this rainy weather we've had, my joints are definitely like, boo. Not terrible though, but plenty of cracks and pops for sure. Just doing a little check on my feet. Feel like they get a little crooked. Almost there. Woo! All right. Sumo squat with bicep curl. So we're gonna sumo squat and curl together. Go ahead and get that weight. You're gonna hold the weight, same way. Sumo, we're wide, toes point out, knees come out with our toes. We curl up and stand. Now this is one. You'll be able to squat lower the further we get into the work. We stay tight, tight, tight in our hips. Because most of us sit all day, so our hips get really tight. So the more you do these, even just in one workout, so by like round 3, you might find you're going a lot lower than you are in round 1. And guys, know you can always adjust. You saw me just now, shimmy shake. Something just doesn't feel right. You can always adjust. All right, so we got single leg deadlift with a row. I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna do my left leg. So my left leg will be my forward leg, but I want you to be able to see my row. All right. So single leg deadlift, you know I coach it to death. We're gonna go all of our weight to our left foot. Kickstand our right back. Not much weight here. Hips sit back. Row past our ribs. Stand. Hips sit back. Stand. So our weight is towards the back of our left foot. If your left foot is forward and you're kickstanding with your right, your weight should be towards the back of this left foot. Just like those kettlebell swings, our hips come back. We're not squatting into that leg. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna switch to the other side. So, actually no, I'm gonna face this way. So now you can see my leg a little better. So I'm putting right leg forward. So what can happen in the deadlift, just like the kettlebell swing, is we get squatty. So we go to deadlift and we do this. And now we're just squatting. So, a little bit of bend in this planted leg. Kickstand back with your left. Weight towards the back of that foot. Hips sit back. Stand. So my knee's bending a little bit, but just enough to allow my hips to come back. So I'm not sitting into a big deep chair. It's almost like you're trying to touch your butt to the wall behind you. You should be feeling the work in your booty, not your quads. I'm not saying you won't feel anything in your quads. If they're tight, maybe you will. But this is all about booty, booty, booty. Whew. All right, guys, we are going down to the floor. Our last 3 exercises are all on the floor. The first one is going to be a chest press, a narrow chest press with a pullover. So if you have a heavy weight, I want you to kind of hold it to your chest or to your belly and roll back. All right, so narrow chest press. We're holding end to end. We drop straight down by our ribs, up. Stop with a little bend in your elbows. Drop it back, pull it over, down, up, little bit of bend. So you don't want to fully extend and then drop. That is bad news for your joints. Good, guys. Elbows should come right past those ribs. All right, so next we've got to bridge up the skull crusher. So we're still holding the weight the same way. We're going to put our feet into bridge position, so our hips and our heels should be in alignment, heels close into your booty, but not so close that you feel like your knees are going to explode. We've got this weight overhead. Now be careful. This is a heavy weight. This is your skull. You're dropping weight towards it. Make sure you have a good grip, guys. We're going to bridge up as we drop down. So it's almost like there's a string around the handle of your weight and around your hips. And as you're dropping that weight, it's pulling your hips up. Working the triceps here with the upper body. We're working glutes, hamstrings, and the lower body. All right, guys, the next one's going to be a challenging one. So I'm going to show you a few modifications. They're called plank pull-throughs. So I'm going to show you in the modified version, and then I will show you in the full version. So we're going to start with the weight kind of behind our hands. To get to our modified plank, you step into full plank, even if it's just for a second. Drop your knees. That's your modified. Then we're going to reach over, pull that weight through. Put our hand down, reach over, pull that weight through. It's a lot more core than it looks like. So that's our modified. Full plank, we come up. I recommend giving yourself a little wider base than you normally do for plank, just to help with that stability. Now, once you get the hang of it, try to keep your gaze a little forward so you're not tucking your neck down staring at that weight. Beautiful. All right. Round one complete. Break's a little shorter than I said. It's a minute. So go ahead and catch your breath. Whew. I got the garage a little too warm with my space heater. We keep the house pretty cold, trying to conserve energy. So when I came out here, it was freezing already. And then I turned the heater on, and then I'm already like, nope, bad idea. We got just about 30 seconds, guys. I'm gonna pop around, check the video. Be right back. Wonderful. All right, got 15 seconds to get those kettlebell swings. Remember, hips come back. It's not a kettlebell squat. It's what I see most commonly. I didn't do kettlebell swings for years because I just couldn't get the hang of it. I kept squatting, and so much of it was because I kept convincing myself I couldn't get the weight between my legs. But I had to like make this extra space between my legs. And I think a lot of us think that. Core tight. Hips back. Drive them forward. Squeeze those booty cheeks to the top. Also, I think another reason why we get squatty is we think the swing needs to be this big thing. It's not. It's not. And I think that's what we all think. It needs to be this big, where you see it clear your legs, see it up here. Just not how it works. It's not. It looks very impressive, but it's not accomplishing the goal that you're working on. All right. Squat, the overhead press. Hold that weight. Roll those shoulders back. Sit back in that deep chair. Now we're squatting. Pushing overhead. It's so crazy. My right leg is so much tighter than my left leg today. Like, I keep looking at my feet because I think they're uneven, like something's wrong. We get a new body every day, right? Just gotta listen, honor it, make the best out of what it gives you that day. Whew. All right, we have that sumo with a bicep curl. So we go wide, toes are like 10 and 2, knees are going the same direction, so your knees aren't coming forward like a squat, they're coming out, flaring out. All right, let's do it. Whoop, there it is. It's like, which way are we flowing with this? Good. Make sure you're keeping that chest open. Don't let the weight pull you forward. As I mentioned in the first round, you might notice you're squatting a little deeper this time in the sumo. Which means your hips are loosening up a little bit. Getting a little bit of stretch with your work. Make sure you're keeping those elbows tucked into your sides. Whew. Whew. All right, single leg deadlift with the row. This time I'm going to talk a little more about the row before I talk about the deadlift again, just to make sure we're getting everything right. Whew. Basic setup, left leg forward, right leg kickstand. Little bend in that knee. Sit your hips back. You're rowing, shoulders away from your ear, past your ribs. Lead with your elbow and stand. So fight the urge to shrug. Elbow only. Boom. Work that back muscle. You're not working a shoulder here. You're working your back. Awesome job, guys. All right, we're gonna do that other leg. Whew. Man, oh man. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, too. If you have not done last Tuesday's video, that was the combo ISO set. I am not exaggerating when I say I was sore. I did the video on Tuesday. I was still sore on Saturday. And it is not like me to get very sore anymore. I'm gonna say never, but that level of sore, woo, that's a rare one. And I still think I'm feeling some effects today. I think that's why my right leg is so tight. Also rode the bike an extra day. That's kind of my cardio and leg strengthening is riding exercise bike. And I rode an extra day on Saturday. I didn't do the video, but I was somewhere that had an exercise bike. So I did that. That's not really also. Beautiful work, guys. All right, coming down for our upper body. Whew. And this is what I talked about in the write-up of this video, and why circuits are so great, is because what we're doing, aside from the kettlebell swings, is straight up strength training. But because of the pace that we're moving, we're getting cardio with it. Straight down, leave a little bend, pull it over. Straight down. You want those elbows sliding right past those ribs. Full disclosure, my elbows, when I come down, hit about the thickest part of my body, so they flare out a little bit. So if you're seeing that and you're like, well, you're staying straight down, but your elbows flare, it's just because of the way I'm built. You might be built the same, so know that's okay. Lost about 125 pounds, and I swear I think at least 75 of that 125 were all in my middle, and that's where what's left still hangs out, so definitely gets in the way sometimes. So I'm just saying that to acknowledge if you are the same, I feel you, I understand. All right, guys, skull crushers with the hip bridge. You just gotta try to not let it discourage you. You know, if it gets in your way, I get it. But think about how far you've come, how much what you lost got in the way. Just give yourself a little kindness about it. Working those triceps, working those glutes, working some core. Beautiful. All right, last one this round. We've got those plank pull-throughs. So remember, you've got those options. And guys, if doing this in even the modified plank is too much, you can do this from tabletop. So modified plank, you know, we're out here. So we've still got extension in our bodies. Our knees are not under our hips. You can come to tabletop and practice. If the modified version is still too much for you, okay? So you can take it to whatever level you need. Tabletop, you can go modified. Or full plank. Again, just take your base a little bit wider when you're in full plank. We're at 48 seconds right now. Catch your breath. Wipe your sweat. This is a sweaty one. Even though I readily admit I got the room a little too hot, I think it's still a sweaty one. So we got 35 seconds. I'm gonna take my water, check the video. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them for me. I'll meet you back here in 25 seconds. Whew. So guys, we are halfway through. We got 10 seconds. Halfway through, we've got 2 circuits under our belt. 2 more to go. All right, kettlebell swings. Let's get those feet set. Shoulders proud, chest open. Swing your back. And like I said, guys, I'm still fighting that I want to roll to the outside of my feet. My brain just has me convinced that I've got to do that. So, you just got to acknowledge when your body's forcing you to do something and really try to work against it. Concentrating on pressing through the middle of my feet. Almost there. Woo. So yeah, again, just have that idea that my legs have to be wider. So I roll, push to the insides of those feet, middle of that feet. Try to correct that. All right, got our squat overhead press. We got our feet lined up. You can flare out toes a little bit if you need to. Weight to our chest. Sit back. Push up. Make sure, guys, when you push that weight overhead, your shoulders are staying down. So you don't want to look like this at the top. Shoulders down, arms up. Seconds. Woo! All right. Sumo squat, bicep curl. Coming up next. Guys, too, that cardio gets going. Anytime you're moving upper body and lower body together, you're gonna get that cardio effect. All right, toes out towards 10 and 2, hips open, squeeze that tush, curl, up. Okay, make sure on these curls that you're keeping your elbows locked into your sides, that you're not doing this. Keep them down. Good job, guys. We're getting close. You might notice now, round 3, your sumo's even lower. Those hips are getting warm. Open it up. Nice. All right. Single leg deadlift with a row. Grab myself another sip of water. All right, get yourself set. All right, plant your leg forward. A little bit of a kickstand. Square those hips up. Slight bend in that knee. Kickstand. Hips back. Row. come back. Row. So your weight, when you shift those hips back, that should shift your weight to the back of that planted foot. You should have no minimum to no weight in those toes. You should be able to wiggle them. Okay, other side. I tend to coach deadlifts to death because it's one of those moves that looks so basic, but when you break it down, there's so much happening. So, I'm trying to trust that if you've worked out with me for a while, you've got it, and not talk it to death. Sit back. Again, so I say a squat. When you squat, you're sitting back into a deep chair. Deadlift, it's more like you're trying to touch your butt to the wall. It is a hip hinge. Hip hinge. Kettlebell swing is a hip hinge. Bring it on down. Hip hinge is very functional. You know, that's one of the things you always need to keep in mind with workouts is what you're doing functional. You know, things like box jumps are super impressive. And I'm not knocking you. You'll find a video of me trying to do really impressive ones on my page. But how functional is it? You know? If you just went and trained box jump, box jump, box jump, you're going to get really good at box jumps. But how's that going to benefit you for the rest of your life? So that's when we say functional. Functional is not necessarily just, you know, functional learning how to do things again. You know, being able to open your cabinet doors again. That is very much functional, but also just functional in helping you get through your life. Helping you be able to get upstairs longer into your life. Helping you be able to walk safely. And at some point, and I don't mean when you're 80, you have to start thinking about that, you know? Not only do I want to look good, feel good, have a great health record, but I want to be able to get upstairs and take walks with my dogs, you know, that kind of stuff. That's important too. All right, bridge with the skull crusher. Trust me, I love an impressive looking workout just as much as the next guy or gal. Those hips are lifting. Again, like you have a string around the handle of that weight. It's pulling those hips up. Should be feeling this in your triceps. Woo! All right. Plank pull-throughs coming up. Oh man, I'm leaving quite the little sweaty hip print there. All right, so get that weight set. So remember, you've got all your levels of modification. You've got tabletop. You've got modified plank. You've got full plank, okay? So you can work through those progressions if you need to start. You know, you can start in full, modify down, start modified, work your way up. And guys, this is a really challenging exercise. So I'm not going to tell you that I'm nailing form with everyone. I hope I am, but whew, I'm not teaching because I'm the most fit person in the world. I'm teaching because I'm on this journey with you. End of round 3. Whew. I hope I'm not alone in this sweat fest. If I am, you might want to reconsider your heavy weight. Whew. All right, guys, catch your breath. Make sure you're drinking water and keep moving. Just a little step touch is fine. Also notice my shirt gets progressively longer throughout workouts because I keep pulling. All right, 22 seconds. I'm gonna check the video and I'll be right back. Heather Hackney Hall, I see you, sister. You are awesome. I'm so happy to see you come by. Hi, friend. All right, guys, kettlebell swings. Let's do it. One last round. Be strong. Think about all those things that I've told you, and then clear your mind. Do it. Keep breathing. Drive those hips. Push with those hips. Push. Woo. All right. Definitely, for a long time, I didn't do those at all in videos because I really didn't feel confident in my form. And to be honest, I still don't. I mean, like I said, I still know there's things to work on. But what better way than to do it with you guys, help you guys learn. And I can see myself on camera, see what I'm doing, wrong and right. Continue to work on it. Now we're sitting back into that deep chair because we're squatting. Lead with those hips. Back into that chair. Push it up. Shoulders down, away from your ears. All right. Sumo with a bicep curl. The way I like to think about these circuits, guys, is at the end of each exercise, I'm like, don't have to do that one again. Done. Makes it feel a little bit better, right? All right, shoulders back and down. Elbows in. Toes at 10 and 2. We come down and we curl. And up. So this will probably be your strongest sumo squat set because you're warm. Those hips are nice and loose from all those hinges we've been doing. So this is going to be your best opportunity to get the most out of these sumo squats. Knees open, zip up those pants up the back. Zip those legs up. 15 seconds. One more. Woo! All right. One more off the list. That's 3 of 8 done. We've got our single leg deadlifts coming up. All right. Set yourself up for success. So like I said before, think of all that coaching I've given you. Wipe it out your brain. Make it happen. Translate it into that body. Sometimes it takes a rep or two, especially if you've just been doing squats, to kind of get your brain to recalibrate. I'll usually find my first deadlift is good, and then like 2 and 3 are a little too squatty, and I have to remind myself, good guys, and bring that weight right past those ribs. Lead with that elbow. Beautiful. Other side. So guys, especially now that you're getting tired, make sure that row isn't a shrug through your shoulder. It's a pull through that elbow. So if somebody's got your elbow on a string, pop. Almost all of your weight should be towards the back of that foot. Stay strong. That leg might be shimmy shaking. It's all right. That's where the change is happening. Push through that shake. Let it happen. And keep going. All right, guys. Down to the floor. Last 3. Woo! I am swipping. As some instructor friends of mine coined that term a long time ago. When your sweat is dripping, you are slipping. All right, we got that weight up above our chest, shoulders plugged down. We come straight down, up, leave a little bend, over, pull, straight down, up, little bend, pull. So we're working back muscles here, chest here. Sure you're breathing. I exaggerate mine so you hear it and it reminds you. Whew. All right, the last 2 to go. We are in the home stretch, friends. So we're gonna bring those hips in line, heels in line with hips. Heels in close to your booty, but not so close that you're uncomfortable. Weight comes up overhead, tuck those shoulders in. Hips come up as weight comes down. Guys, I'll just remind you, Skull Crusher is not a clever name. You are dropping weight towards your skull. So please make sure you have a good grip on that weight. If your hands are sweaty, don't do it. Dry your hands off. Consider some gloves. "15 seconds. Ears. Things are sweating. I didn't know if it's wet. All right. Last minute of work. All right. So remember, you've got all of your modification levels. You've got tabletop. You've got modified plank. You've got full plank. Take it to wherever you need it. Challenge yourself. If you always work in modified, give it a shot. Try full. Stay strong through those hands. Push that floor away. Try to have your gaze out slightly ahead towards the front edge of your mat. Just don't want to be looking down at your feet. Woo! Truly, Saved by the Bell. Wow. Man, guys, I hope you got the workout that I feel like I did out of this class. My clothes are overstretched. I'm falling apart. Oh man, that was a really fun one. And I hope sometimes circuits gets this bad rap for being easy, things like that. I hope that if you've ever had a doubt in your mind about what you can get out of circuit class, you did this class today and are like, whoa, okay. Circuit is just modifiable. Modifiable doesn't mean easy. Modifiable means you can crank it up or down, as high or low as you need to go, which makes it great for every fitness level. That's why I do them so much, because it's just so adjustable to meet everybody where they're at. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed the one weight combo circuit. I plan to be here on Saturday with another workout. If there's anything that you'd like to see, let me know. We were at about 90, I think this was 95. So I'm not gonna say I'm running out of ideas, but I wanna make sure that I'm giving you guys exactly what you want. So if you have any suggestions, please comment, leave me a message, whatever it is, just get in touch. And again, I always ask, please share, like, subscribe, whatever it is you can do to get more people looking at our page and joining us in these workouts. And I will tell you, if you are someone who does that for me, for some reason Facebook doesn't really tell me when people share my pages or my post. I see that it has been shared, but I don't know by who most of the time. So if you're someone who does that, thank you so much. I would thank you on Facebook if I knew it was you. So I want to thank you here and say I appreciate your support. And lastly, speaking of support, if you do wish to donate any funds for these classes, Venmo at Strong Style Fit is where you'll find me. It is the only payment I receive for these classes, so it is greatly appreciated when you can give. Guys, thank you so much for being here with me today, and I will see you in just a few days. Mwah.